Diamond, you're welcome. Kindly
Thank
just
you
get
so
closer
much.
to
Thank
the
you for having
microphone
me.
because I want everybody to hear you loud and clear. Okay. Thanks for coming. And
you for having
listen,
me. I'm
I
honored.
already said to her that I appreciate that she was right on time. Okay.
Yeah.
Me and
I
time.
guess that are.
Yes.
time, yeah.
Yes. We love guests that are on time because this is live TV, and so when you are not on time, it just distorts our programming just a little bit. But yes, Diamond, thank you so much for coming. Thanks for joining us
Thank you for
on
having
the
me.
big conversation this morning. How are you doing?
I'm blessed. I can't complain. I'm just happy to be here. This is
Okay.
such a blessing. I'm excited.
Okay. Will this be your first time in Ghana?
This is my first time. Yes.
Oh.
Oh, welcome.
Wow.
Okay.
Thank you.
Akwaba, Obake, Rezon. What else?
That's it though.
Hey.
No, there's one. I'll think about it.
So yes, Akwaba is Chi, Obake
Okay.
is Ga, Rezon is Ewe.
Gotcha.
Yeah. All right.
love it.
Now take us through your childhood. Let's start from the very beginning of Diamond White. I know that you are also in Ghana to celebrate your mom's birthday,
Yes.
which is today.
Her
right?
birthday is today,
Yes,
so shout out to my mother. Happy birthday, mommy. I'm so glad you are out here in Ghana with me for your birthday.
Yeah.
Yes.
So happy birthday
Happy
to her.
birthday
So
to her, Mom.
let's start from the very beginning, okay? Where you were born, the schools you attended, what you did, what your childhood interests were.
Okay, so I was born in the U.S. I was born in Kansas City, Missouri, but I was actually raised in Houston, Texas.
Okay.
I grew up on the east side of Houston. I lived in North Shore. I went to Channelview. And I found out at a very early age that I was just addicted to music. So I started that when I was 10. Yes, I started rapping when I was 10. So I just...
Wait, you started rapping when you were 10?
when I was 10.
Wow.
And so I
Okay.
used to like rap on the street with like one of my friends, but they were already like older than me. And so he was just like, "Oh my gosh, this little girl, she can rap." And so he was like, "We're going to be in a group." And he just named the group. He was like, "We're going to be in a group and we're going to be called the Damn Fools." So I had to go home at 10 and tell my mom that I was in a rap group called the Damn Fools. And she was like,
That was the
"Oh,
name
okay."
of the
Yeah, he named
came
it.
up
He
with
didn't even-
Why?
I have no idea. Like, he was so much older than me. He was already in high school. I was 10.
And what was your mom's response?
I was just
Because
excited
the
that I was in a
Fools-
group. So I go home. I'm like, "Mom, I'm in this rap group." And she was like, I said, "It's called the Damn Fools." And she was like, "Oh, okay." So
I can imagine. Like,
The
why
Damn
the
Fools.
damn will you be in a song group called the Damn
Fools.
Fool?
I know.
Okay. So now from moving from that group, what else was the opening for you in your music career?
I guess because it wasn't oversaturated with females at the time. And so when I got into it, it was more so an outlet for me just to express myself. And, you know, now females don't really write their raps. But me at the time, I started off, and I still do, I write my own music. So when I was writing from a perspective of things that I had seen, experienced, gone through, or how I felt at the time. So it was more so like an outlet. It was a hobby for me.
Which year was this?
I don't even remember.
Okay. Fair. I'll just assume that it was that long ago. So
Yes.
that's okay if you don't remember. Okay. So now being that it was an outlet for you as well, did you juggle music with anything else?
Well, I was very active in school, so I played sports and stuff like that, like during school. So, but still, music was my first love.
But
I was
did
just
you
good
did
in
you
sports.
ever feel like, okay, even though I was in school and I was still doing the music, I just solely wanted to do music when I grew up, or there was another career choice in your mind?
I only wanted to do music. I just wanted to do the entertainment
So
industry.
where did the doctor come in? Because she mentioned that you are a...
So I had to write a paper when I was in high school.
Okay.
And so my teacher asked me what we wanted to be when we grew up. And so I just was like, I'm going to be in an entertainment industry. I'm going to be a rapper. And she gave me a B on my paper, and I was upset. And I said, "Well, why would you give me a B on my paper?" And she said, well, she told me I had to pick a real career. She said, you can't be a rapper. You have to pick a real career. You need to be a doctor, a teacher, a lawyer. So she made me rewrite my whole paper. So I rewrote my whole paper and I said, well, I'm going to be a doctor and a rapper. And so she gave me a B on my paper. So I said, well, why did you give me a B on my paper? She said, well, I gave you a B because your goal was not realistic. And I said, well, I thought you were supposed to give me a grade based off how well I wrote my paper, not based if you thought my goal was reachable or not. And so when I was, after I graduated, I still was pursuing, music really hard. I wasn't even thinking about being a doctor. I didn't even want to. And then I remember at a time I was homeless. And I was sleeping in my car and I was just talking to God. And he was like, what I said I'm going to do, but I'm going to change the trajectory of it. And there's something else that I need you to do. And I was like, I got to change what female hip hop is, because the way that it's projected in America is every female rapper is an ex-stripper. She's an ex-prostitute. She's somebody's baby mama. And I'm like, that's not helping anybody. That's not help. Like, I don't come from that. And there are a lot of females who feel like the only way to make it is to come from that type of background, because that's all you see. So I said, okay, well then I got to go into it differently. And so that's how I even became a doctor. And then I thought, like, Dr. Diamond White kind of sounds cool. So
that sounds cool.
Yeah, especially also as a brand name, as a rapper name. And then we find out that you are actually a doctor. That's really cool. So take us through the juggling, because you're a psychologist, right? So how was it like now having to juggle or balance music and then also the learning to become a psychologist?
It was actually easy, and I will say that it was easy in the sense because both of them were kind of gifts from God. Right. So when God kind of gives you a gift, it comes kind of natural, and you don't really have to try to figure it out. It was more, my figuring out more so came with, okay, Lord, how am I going to go about this? How am I going to do it? But as far as being able to do it, it just kind of came second nature, because God had already given me a gift to really help people. He had already given me a gift to kind of zone in on when people are going through and be able to help them. That was a gift that school really couldn't teach me. It just kind of made me credible to do it. But the real gift in it was what God had already given me. And then the music. Now, I know that most of the music that gets pushed out now, it's not really talented based. But the music, for me, I got from talent. It was something that God had given me. So juggling it was just me juggling the time more so than anything.
Okay. So do you still write now?
Absolutely.
Or do you have other people write for you? Because I'm asking because you mentioned that people don't write
their music.
Right? So that's why I want to know if you do. And then what your thoughts are on being written for.
So I absolutely write everything I say, because nobody can tell a Diamond White story better than Diamond White. And as a rapper, I feel like the talent in rapping is being able to write and being able to put it together. If you are a rapper and you don't write your music, to me, that's just karaoke, because they let all of these men who are not women write all of this trashy content for females, and then you get out here and then you say all this trashy stuff and then you project it to the entire world. So I feel like if you are a rapper and you do not write your music, it is karaoke. I can write a record for you right now and teach you how to say it, and you go out there and that's not the talent. The talent is in, when it comes to rap, the talent is in the writing, not you repeating what I said.
Okay.
Because if that's the case, then all the fans are the rappers.
Right.
Just a follow-up question. So if you write for yourself, do you write for others too?
Yes, I have.
Oh, okay. Can you mention like a list of? Okay.
No.
That's fine.
Okay, that's fair.
But wait, I wanted to ask, you seem to be working with a certain message with your music and like the whole journey. Is there something that you're hoping to change when it comes to the music industry, especially with women in music? Is there something you're hoping should change?
Absolutely. I would love to change the fact that I would like females to go into the entertainment industry. I'm not going to just say music. I'm going to say entertainment with some integrity. It is just super trashy. Female rappers have turned female hip hop into soft porn. And it's just absolutely disgusting that I would not want any, like little girls or anybody to see that. Like, it's just disgusting. So I would love for females to change. I would love to change what they think about females in hip hop. And I would love for females to actually come together and put other females on. But they can't really help anybody. The reason why they're all arguing with each other is because you have this girl, she's not going to help another girl who's trying to come in the industry the right way because she came in it wrong. So she feels like if I had to slut my way to the top, then we all need to slut our ways to the top. They don't know how to help you do something that they've never done. So trying to pave that way, it gets hard because there are a lot of men who don't want to help you when you're not sleeping your way to the top. But I would love to get to that point and help other females get to that point without them having to do that. And then they, in turn, will also help other females do it so that it becomes like a bunch of females sitting around a table looking like you beautiful ladies that are actually helping other females, and not just every female that you see in a position has slept her way there. It's disgusting.
Right. Is that what led to your I hustle with my legs closed
Absolutely.
movement? Okay.
Absolutely.
So how has the movement been going? How long has the movement been going for? And also, what has been the feedback so far?
So I started the movement a couple of years ago, and to me, I feel like as long as I've been rapping, because even when I was 10, I used to kind of rap the same way. Like, I've never changed. Like, right now you have a lot of the females and they came out rapping a certain way. And then like now they're trying to change it and like, oh, I'm this boss now. But that's not the case. I've kind of always been like on that same wave of having respect and morals and values and standards or whatever. And the feedback is great. It's like so many people are like, Diamond, we want to, when are you coming out? When is your next project? When is the next song? And the response is great, even from the men. The men are like, I'm glad to see this because I'm tired of it. Like, it's gotten so bad to where men are tired. And when men get tired of seeing naked women, then it's a problem. It might be just a little too much. But it's been great. The response has been great. It's just the industry, especially in the country that I live, that's what they push for. They want us, especially black women, to be naked. They want us to sleep our way to the top. They don't want us to have integrity. They don't want us to have morals. So that's why that's the only thing they focus, and that's what they push out, because they use our music to damage our culture. And so I'm trying to change that.
When you say they use our music to damage our culture, I'd want you to just, further explain what you mean by that for those who don't quite understand that.
So there's so much talent, and instead of putting out an artist and promoting an artist that is speaking on positivity, that is speaking on something that is uplifting, they're going to put out the artist that's telling you how much it costs to sleep with them and how much they have sex and how they are just bending it over and popping it for the world and how having bad credit and I don't need no man and all that. That's all they push out. So then you have all of these women walking around here, and now you have a lot of baby mamas and no families. And that's what they push out. They push out a lot of, and then they'll push out females that are not even our ethnicity, and then you push them out and they're coming off like they are for our culture, and they're just culture vultures because you are not even our ethnicity, but you're coming in and you're damaging the culture because you're not doing anything. You don't even want your own kids listening to your music, but you want our kids, to listen to your trashy music, and it's disgusting. Put that out in your country. Go to where you're at and put that foolishness out and feed it to them. Don't feed it to all of us. People are sick of it.
Okay.
So you speak very strongly, right? What was there a defining moment where you were like, you see, it could be, I'm giving you just an example. I could be listening to a song and then be like, what is this foolishness in this song? You know, what was that defining moment for you where even your initiative came up?
Oh my goodness. I don't even have a defining moment because 95% of female hip hop is trashy. That's the defining moment.
Is that
for
what
me.
it's become now, or you'd say that it's always been like that?
I can't say that it's always been like that because there were people that were before me, that I respect. Like, Queen Latifah didn't talk like that. That's a different era for me, of course. But, there are other females who weren't like that were before me. It kind of turned into that, and it just gets worse every year. Like, it's just disgusting. It's not even like when you look at the award shows, I don't even watch them anymore, but like if you would look at the award shows like in America, and it was like when I looked at the red carpet, I saw no talent. It was just a red carpet full of sluts, and it was disgusting.
Right.
Everybody was naked. Nobody had no talent. And I was just like, is this what female hip hop is? And there are a lot of talented women in the industry, not just in music, but just in all avenues of the entertainment industry, whether it be acting, whether it be whatever. And it's like, it's just this slut wave that's just taken over, and it's just disgusting.
Okay. Are you signed to a record label, or have you been signed to a record label before?
So I have had major record label deals that I have turned down because I was not willing to compromise.
Okay.
So there are females right now in the industry that took deals that I turned down because I'm not willing to compromise. I'm not willing to go against what I know God stands for. I'm not willing to embarrass my mother. I'm not willing to embarrass myself. And I'm not willing to lead a flock of women astray by making them think that certain behavior is okay when it's not.
Okay. So for as long as you've been doing the music, you've been independent.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So is that to say that no matter how good a deal is, you would not take it?
No, I was offered millions of dollars. I was offered millions of dollars, and I've been offered millions of dollars several times, and I was also offered millions of dollars when I was at my lowest. When I was homeless, I was broke, I was lonely, I was by myself. And I cried because I said, maybe this is my blessing. This is it. This is what I've been waiting on. And God said, if it was coming from me, it wouldn't come like this. So there is no amount of money that's going to make me compromise, because nothing is more important to me than where I spend eternity, and nothing is more important to me than pleasing God. I'm not going to ever do that. I don't have to make it. I'm not chasing fame. I'm chasing a movement. I'm chasing change. I'm chasing growth. I'm chasing God. I'm not chasing money. I'm not chasing fame. So no amount of money is going to make me waver that.
And I feel like I respect that too.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm taking us back a little bit though. You mentioned earlier that your target is not just in the music industry. I wanted to find out, how do you intend to reach out to the other people, the other women in
Other wings of entertainment.
Yeah, in other wings of entertainment.
Say it again, sweetheart.
How do you intend to reach out to the women in other wings of entertainment, like the acting industry? How do you intend to reach out to those people, like through this movement?
Pretty much the same way, because music is kind of universal, and when you put out music and it's pumped like that, everybody kind of gravitates to it, and then it just it trickles down to every aspect. So it just doesn't change for me. The message kind of stays the same, because it's the same thing all the way across the board. You have women sleeping with men because they want to be in a movie. You have women sleeping with men because they want to work at the White House. You have women sleeping with men because they want to be the next president of the United States. You have women sleeping with men because they want to be the VP at this country. So it's just like, and then when you look at the women that are on, that's what they've done. So everybody that's like, okay, well, if this is what you want to do, well, then this is what you got to do. So it may take me a little bit longer, but that's what happens when you're dragging your morals and your self-respect. It's going to take longer. And I'm okay with that.
Longer.
It's not a race, it's a marathon.
It's not a race, it's a marathon.
Absolutely.
Now, I've heard you talk a lot about God and the God factor and wanting to please God and all of that, right? So you have a doctorate in psychology and theology, right? Combining psychology, theology, and music is one thing that I may not have seen happening, especially because then you're still doing rap and what we refer to as secular music, right? If you want to, I'm just taking myself out of my position to also ask that, why not gospel? Even though you're still acknowledging your talent and you're still doing what you have been gifted to do, why not gospel? So that you leave the space where it's the toxicity, it's the sleeping around to get to the top, it's the signing bad deals,
Okay, so we keeping it real, right?
Yeah.
So gospel is almost worse than what people would call secular music. Your gospel artists, especially in the US, they're sleeping around just as much. They just as high. They just as drunk. They just as toxic. So it's it's a bad representation of what God and what his word and what his standards and his commandments even call for. So even to be in the gospel genre, they're almost, if not worse, than what your secular artist is. And I'm not here to feed anybody a misinterpretation of what I think that people need to be fed. I want to keep it real. It's just like the Bible. The Bible is not all rainbows and roses and all that. It's real stories. It's real life. Yeah. And that's how you reach real people with real situations and telling them the truth, not pacifying it and making it like, oh, well, no, and it's all this and it's all that. That's just not life and it's not realistic. And I want to be a real artist and I don't want to have to front for anybody and put on this facade that is just not real, because gospel artists, especially in America, they are demonic. Half of them, some of them, I don't even know if they believe in God, honestly. Yeah.
You go.
Go.
Would you say that it's just another genre of music? Because I'm surprised that you're saying that gospel music in America is just as demonic, because I'm like, they're supposed to be the righteous, people, right?
Absolutely. So. Yeah, it's even now I listen to old gospel music, like music that I would listen to like from when I was little. Right. I listen to that. Most of the new stuff I don't listen to because, one, I'm a celebrity psychologist, so I know a lot of their personal life.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, and I would never betray anybody, but I'm on the inside of the industry. So I see a lot of stuff that's going on and they're not even living the stuff that they're singing about. Some of them really do not believe in God. It's a form of making money. It's just like churches. There are some churches that, God ordained certain preachers. And I believe that. But there are a lot of churches where they're not ordained. They're just making money because it's a money thing for them. And they not really preaching the word of God. They don't believe in the word of God. And it's just a mess. And they're actually leading people astray more than anything. Yeah.
Okay.
So.
You mentioned Queen Latifah. What artists did you listen to growing up? What artists influenced your rap style or even the lyrics that you sing about, or was it just it's all me thing?
So if I would have to pick an artist that I like Drake.
Oh,
okay.
There are no females there are some females in the industry that I respect, but there's no female in the industry that I pattern myself after. I don't listen to the music. I'm not trying to be mean, but there's nothing, especially about any female that's out right now, that I can even relate to. I mean,
Even if it's not rap.
Yeah. I was going to ask.
so I like Brandy.
Okay.
You know, she's not rap, she's a singer. You know what I'm saying? But so there are some, like I said, there are females in the industry that I do respect and that I like, but I've never seen anybody and was like, oh, I want to be, you know, like I remember like there was certain people that when I would watch them on TV, they was like, oh, I wanted to be Whitney Houston when I grow up. And I wanted to be, you know what I'm saying? There was just nobody that I ever said that I wanted to be when I grew up. Because when I was looking at hip hop and I was a rapper, I was like, yeah, I want to be nothing like what I see. So it was like I don't even follow certain things. I don't watch certain things. I don't want to put that and dump that into my spirit. You know, you have to protect the things that you watch and feed yourself, because I didn't want to get caught up in all of that. You know, I didn't want to get caught up in buying the BBLs and doing all of that because you feel like that's what you got to do to make it. You know, I don't want to do that. I just want to be me. Like, you know, there are so many women who are beautiful and they're getting, you know, they're feeling insecure because they're looking at all of these fake bodies on TV and not understanding that those girls are the ones who are insecure. They're the ones who's changing who they are. Everybody is 20 and everybody has dentures. Like, it's crazy. It doesn't make sense. Like, so I've never seen anybody that I was just like, that's what I want to be. They don't even want to be themselves. So I've never seen a female.
Okay.
No disrespect.
Okay. Now, moving away from the music a bit, you did mention that it's your first time in Ghana.
Yes.
But is this your first time in Africa?
No.
Okay. Which African countries have you been to?
So I've been to Egypt, Morocco, South Africa, Zimbabwe, Zambia, Namibia, Kenya.
Wow.
Yeah.
You
So,
really traveled.
Well traveled.
yeah.
Okay.
So it's just my
So-
first time in Ghana.
Okay.
But I'm excited.
Okay. With your Diamond White Cares Foundation, you've done a lot of philanthropic work
Yes.
in these parts of the world, in Africa,
Yes.
right? With boreholes and, you know, a lot of other things, right?
Yes,
So let's
excellent.
talk about the Diamond White Cares Foundation and what the need was for you to do all of these philanthropic works in Africa.
So I build water wells. I have a school I sponsor in South Africa. I have a prison ministry in Colombia. A lot of the stuff, which isn't even Africa, but I'm just talking about just the
The
humanitarian work
Diamond
that I
White
do.
Cares Foundation
Yeah.
in total, right?
Right.
Okay.
And so really it just came from a place that something that my mother always taught me when I was younger is really only what you do for Christ will last. And so I kind of understood it as a kid, but it didn't really resonate to me till I got older. And it's those things, like the things that we do for others, that's the stuff that means stuff. It's not cars, it's not jewelry. You know, you leave here, you can't take none of that with you.
Away.
You know, so it's really only things that, you know, we do and pour into other people, and how we serve is the things that really matter and the things that really last. So that, you know, my foundation is just, you know, doing whatever I can to help. You know, even, you know, back home, I'm always at the shelter. You know, I help with just all kind of stuff, feeding, clothing, you know, utility assistance, just whatever. So I'm always looking for ways to give back. It's just no limit to the amount of help that I will give if I can give it.
Yeah. I know you said you've been in Ghana for just 2 days, but so far, by observation, have you, you know, pinpointed any things that you'd want the Diamond White Cares Foundation to see to?
Well, yeah, I'm actually going to an orphanage tomorrow.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
So,
sweet.
and I just had I sponsor an orphanage also in Mexico. So I had one of my babies there that got adopted out, and he had been waiting on a family. So
Okay.
that was a really beautiful moment, and that happened probably like 2 weeks ago. So 2 weeks ago, I was actually in Mexico,
Okay.
doing that, and so I'll be going to an orphanage actually tomorrow, and I, you know. There's some other things that, you know, I would love to do out here. I've been speaking to somebody too about sponsoring a school.
Okay.
So there's just, I'm if you have any suggestions, I'm willing to listen to.
Sponsoring a school here in Ghana.
Uh-huh.
I think that's good.
Yeah. I mean,
that's a good thing.
many
There are a lot of
schools that
there are a lot of schools that will need that. So.
And then I also have a friend. She's she's also part of my team, and she she does like restorations and a lot of building and stuff like that. She has a real estate license back in the U.S. So shout out to Saranda Williams. But she we've been talking about coming over here and teaching classes and trades on different like how to do epoxies and floors and cabinets and just different stuff to teach and train how to do trades and help stimulate the economy like that, with teaching them how to do certain jobs and all of that. So we've been actually talking about doing stuff like that. So
so that only means that you're going to come again.
I have to come
after
again,
celebrating your mom's birthday and
definitely
all of that.
definitely
Okay, great.
Yes.
All right, so still talking about your time in Ghana, right? What informed your coming to Ghana and then also coming with your mom to celebrate? Because I mean, there are a few places the world over that you could have gone to. So what, in all honesty, brings you to Ghana?
Just the culture, and I wanted to learn more about the history, and I wanted to see it firsthand. Like, I wanted to go, to the castle. I wanted to get more history because they kind of watered down the history in the U.S.
Yeah.
And they kind of, they change it because they don't really want us to know the truth. And so I feel like the best way to really learn the truth is to come back home. And so that's what we wanted to do. And I knew that my mom wanted to come here, so I felt there was no better way than for us to surprise her and bring her here, because she just loves Africa. Like, if she could move here, she would move here. Like, I'm gonna have to force her to leave because she's gonna want to stay. So definitely.
People visit countries and they immediately begin to trace their roots, to find where their lineage is coming from, to now draw the family tree and to understand where they are coming from. Have you done that?
My mom.
Your mom
That's
has?
what she does.
Okay.
Yeah, she can't wait. Like,
Okay.
My mom.
Has
I
she
haven't.
found?
She actually has. Like, she's shown me like different stuff, because she's like, Trace, she had like, I came to the house one day and she had like this whole book, and she had done, and she keeps up with that stuff. She like literally traces. She wants to know where we came from, and to her, she was born and raised in Africa. That's how she feels. But it's beautiful. I'm happy to have her here. I'm glad she's really enjoying herself.
So I'm assuming that's to say that you've not found your country of origin as yet.
I haven't, but she may have. I don't know, because she really looks.
But
I just
wouldn't
have
that
never.
mean that you would also find out where you're from if she finds out where she's from? Right?
I don't know, because she never mentioned it, but I know that I didn't pay attention. I feel bad. I was half asleep. She came and she was like, "Look, I found this," and she was showing me like pictures of like, and some of the stuff that she was researching, it like researched back to like our ancestors that that were in America, to like the Native Americans and stuff like that. So, I don't know where they all came from. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot.
I'm going to put you on the spot and ask you,
what?
being that you've been to a few African countries, where would you want to be from if you have to trace your roots, or if you have to naturalize?
I don't know. And the reason being is because I liked them all for different reasons. Like, there was not one country that I liked better than the other. Like, I just enjoyed being in Africa. Like, I was able to see so much stuff, and it was like I just loved it. And then even my brother's name is Zaire.
Okay.
So, and I haven't been there, but I really want to go, even though I know that they changed the name. Like, I want to go because, my mom named him after that country.
After an African country.
Yeah, it's like that. So I don't know. I'm a pick Zaire just because it's my brother's name. I haven't even been.
So that means that your mom has been loving Africa for a while now.
That's how I actually first came. When I was little, my mom said that her dream trip, when she was like, she was like, my dream trip is to go to the Holy Land in Africa. That's what she wanted to do. So I always said, when I get big, I'm going to take my mother to Africa. And that's what I did.
Okay. All right. So we've been on and on about Diamond White's mom, and
Yeah.
she is in Ghana to celebrate her mom's birthday. So it's only right that we have her mom come in to join us on the conversation.
Hey, Mom.
You're welcome, Mama. Please sit right here.
How are you?
Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
You're welcome. Good morning, and thanks for joining us on
you
the
for
show
having me.
as well. Diamond has been on and on about how you love Africa.
Oh, yes.
And this is your first time in Ghana as well.
Yes, ma'am.
She mentions that you thought that you were going to Jamaica.
Brazil.
Brazil. Okay.
Yes.
Brazil. All right. So being that you are in Ghana, how is the feeling like for you?
Oh, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I don't want to leave.
You don't want to leave.
She said it. She
Yes.
said it.
Didn't I
Diamond
tell
said-
you?
yeah.
I told y'all she wasn't
Diamond
going to leave.
mentioned that you wouldn't want to leave.
No.
Okay, but she also says that you've been, finding out about your roots and lineage and all of that. Have you found anything yet?
Not. I've traced a lot of my ancestors, but I haven't
You haven't
found
got as far as
anything
Africa?
about Africa yet.
Okay.
Who I'm related to in Africa.
Okay.
I'm scared to do my DNA.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Yeah, that's what I was
Okay.
saying. I was like, she's traced back to like a lot of like, like an American, like in our,
A couple generations back.
yeah, but a lot of stuff you have to like send in your DNA and
Right. Okay. And today's your birthday.
Yes.
So happy birthday. What's your name?
Thank-
I should have asked that earlier.
Candy.
Candy.
Oh.
Okay.
birthday,
So happy
Candy.
birthday,
Happy birthday,
to
Mom.
you.
Happy
And
birthday.
I think it's so thoughtful of Diamond to fly you out here to
Oh, it
celebrate
is.
your birthday, and we hope that you have a good one. Are you also leaving with her when she leaves in 2 weeks? Are you leaving together?
to go back to the U.S.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to
saying
drag
no.
her. I'm probably gonna have to drag her. She told me, she was like, you know what? I think I really want to stay. I was like, Mom, you're coming home. You're
Yeah.
not staying here. I'm not.
I mean-
I'm not leaving you here.
December is almost here, so you can
Yeah.
come back again and have a much better time.
Because
than you are
December in
going to
Ghana
have.
is
It's
like,
the party time.
oh
Yeah.
my God.
She's definitely going home.
So I mean, you can always come back,
Yeah.
and I hope that
Thank you.
you enjoy your time in Ghana as well.
I have.
Yes.
I have.